Oh, see? See? Oh, welcome to the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download today. Sign up using code PHNX. Bet just $5 on any NFL game this week. Get $200 in free bets if your team that you bet on wins. It's as simple as that. I am joined by something in a Stormtrooper mask. I think that's Johnny. Johnny, is that you? Can you confirm, or did one of your kids hijack the stream?
No, it's me. I had to hide my face after last night's debacle against the Green Bay Packers. I'm ashamed. I'm frustrated, and so this is the best you're going to get today.
That's all right. Any post game hangover? Did you drown yourself in sorrow last night after the loss?
Now, I wish I could have partaken in some beverages with you and the crew, but some of us have to work, have to be professionals, have to get articles and content posted,
Clearly.
and have to keep people employed here at PHNX. So unfortunately, no, I left the stadium after visiting with Cliff Kingsbury and drove back to my home, published an article, and went to bed, and have rallied today to celebrate Halloween with you on PHNX Bets Daily. So the grind never stops.
All right, before we get into the thick of it, what do you think happened on that last play? Do you think that there was miscommunication in the play call? Do you think he thought it was a run? Do we know?
I think AJ Green messed up. No one's going to blame him internally with the Arizona Cardinals, but look at the film. 14 seconds left, minimal timeouts. It's second down. You're going to take shots at the end zone on second and third, and then at the very worst, you're going to kick a chip shot field goal and send the game to overtime.
Yeah.
So he screwed up. They're not going to come out and say it. He knows it. And again, I put blame on AJ Green for that singular play, but the Cardinals were outplayed by the Packers for 4 quarters.
For sure.
They probably didn't deserve to win that game. They lost the turnover battle 0-3. So, I mean, people who were giving AJ Green a hard time, I can understand that, but at the same time, did you watch the entire game? The Packers dominated every facet.
I saw a great tweet from the one and only Mina Kimes. She said, props to AJ Green for throwing that play so the less goal line fades are called. Which I hate goal line fades. I think they're terrible.
That play's going to Hopkins if he's healthy and in the game.
For sure.
And I would have looked at Zach Ertz. I mean, did you see that contested catch he had on fourth down?
That was huge.
That was the play to be made. And unfortunately, for the Cardinals, I mean, Green did help him get out of the end zone when they were on their own one. Think about this. They almost went 99 yards with a third string center and no DeAndre Hopkins to win the game. So that's probably why it's most disappointing, because that had a chance to be an epic finish.
All right, well, let's get into the daily bets. Give me my first pick. Mr. Moneybags, Vikings -3. They're at home against the Cowboys. This one scares me a little bit, but I think this is when the Vikings finally show that they're real. Kirk Cousins always has one good month or 2 good months a year, which is just bizarre to me. For some reason, he turns it up, and I think he turns it up this game. I think the defense shows its true colors on the side of the ball for the Cowboys, and I think the Vikings cover this. I also like the Titans' money line. I was tempted to take them +3. If it got up to +3.5, I think I'd be all over that. But the money line at +125 for this Titans team that has been playing such quality football, I'm all over that, +125. And then, I mean, the Patriots, it's the Chargers, but it's 4 points, and the Patriots have seemed to figure it out a little bit. So I also like the Patriots +4 in LA, kind of on a hot streak. They started to open the playbook a lot for Mac Jones, and that defense is still really good. So give me those points as well. Johnny has changed costumes.
I like those picks. I almost took New England in my prop bet just because Justin Herbert against Bill Belichick, second year, I think is a little bit of a mismatch. I also like Tennessee a lot, although Julio Jones has now been projected to be out, so that's a little bit dicey. And Minnesota's coming off a bye. I do think that they'll cover that. So scary to say. I like all 3 of your bets today.
Wow. Maybe it's the costume. Can I interest you in some snake oil, son?
Watch this. Check this out. See if it works. This is called a rangefinder. It's supposed to go down. Son of a bitch. Here we go.
Whoa! Is that you seeking out your bets?
That's right. Throw them on the screen. Oh, goodness. Have you guys seen who the Jets are planning to start at not only quarterback but wide receiver? Something called Mike White against the red-hot AFC leading Cincinnati Bengals. Good God, that is the biggest dumpster fire in the NFL. I think the Bengals roll by well over 11 points. To me, that's not my lock of the week, but it's sure as hell close. And then the Titans, I like you, +3 against an Indianapolis team that's feeling themselves. But again, as long as AJ Brown plays, Derrick Henry plays, I think they'll be fine. Tennessee almost lost to, in my opinion, a really bad 49er team, or excuse me, the Colts. So I'm not feeling them off a 2-game win streak. I think the Titans have an opportunity to solidify themselves as the true leader in the clubhouse to win this division. So I like Tennessee +3 against the Colts.
Have you ever been to this coffee bean shop? I got a nice pumpkin spiced drink from it.
Please stop. Now I'm scared. How do you get that hat to stay on your head? There you go. Where'd you get that costume?
Well, it was passed down from a family member. I'm Jevadine Beauregard III. My father wore it back in the pre-war days. Okay, let's get on. This is a costume show. It's not an accent show. Jets +11. You know what's good for you. I'm terrified of that. I think the sharps are all over that, but I don't like it. Mike White. Speaking of Mike White, let's go to my props. Bloody, disgusting, battered Mike White, under 217 passing yards. When I saw his name available on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, I almost threw up thinking of the fact that you could bet on him. So give me the under 217 passing yards. I mean, dude, like, it's so gross. The Bengals defense is the thing that's been playing a lot better. And that's the reason why this team is leading the AFC. I think Mike White has a very hard time. I think he goes back to selling furniture or whatever he did before he was in the NFL. And then it wouldn't be a PHNX Daily Bet Show if I didn't give you a nice tasty nugget on a quarterback rushing yard total. This one's a little higher
rushing yards
than I usually have. 24.5 for Taylor Heineke. I almost took WFT in this game. But I don't know. I mean, the Broncos are just a team that doesn't really have an identity, but their defense is just scrambling all over the place, and I think that's oh my God. I'm glad I can see your face.
I don't care for either of those picks, to be honest with you, and I think you're a little bit gun shy on these quarterback rushing yards that I don't think you've hit one in a matter of weeks. So maybe try something
I'm
different.
Literally 6 for 7. I've been keeping track, so don't come at me without facts.
It feels like you're like 0 for 7.
I'm 6 for 7. I promise you on that.
That sounds fake. I'll have to check the tape.
Okay, we'll check the tape. What are your props, John?
I'm jagging off this week. Double dose. Dan Arnold, anytime TD, +350. He was the leading receiver the last time they played. I think Jacksonville is a sneaky candidate for an upset. I'm going to get to that here in a minute. I also like Trevor Lawrence over 239.5 passing yards. I think this is the week Trevor solidifies himself as the best rookie quarterback going. Again, coming off a bye, Urban Meyer's got his mojo back. I think this is a team definitively to watch here in the second half. And considering who they're playing this week, which I'll get to, man, oh man, I like the Jaguars more and more. They're going to be all over my bets the rest of the year because I have that much faith in my guy, Urban Meyer, who's literally back from the dead.
No, he's not literally back from the dead. He didn't die.
He literally died, and he's now back. They get the worst defense in the NFL this week with Seattle. I don't know how he doesn't hit that number.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And if you guys like any of these picks, you can go over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use that promo code PHNX to follow us. I mean, look at what I'm able to wear to work. I am divine. This is velvet, and it's real. I think it was carved out of the carcass of a rare blue tiger out in the Himalayas. I got it at Party City. So if you're wondering where the money came from, it comes from the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It's safe, it's secure, it's reliable. You can deposit and withdraw cash whenever you want. And boy, Mr. Moneybags has been withdrawing cash like crazy lately. I need one of those money guns. So if you want to do that, go over, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use that promo code PHNX when you sign up. Bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game this week, and if they do, you get $200 in free bets, and you can bet with the best of us like me and Johnny. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details. Johnny, what is the Johnny jackpot? Is it a Johnny Jagoff? It is a Johnny Jagoff.
I love this pick so effing much. I almost took the money line. I'm going to hesitate on it just now. the Jaguars +4 against Dirt Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. It is a game at the 1 o'clock slate this weekend that I think Jacksonville, Urban Meyer, they're going to go into Seattle and put a coffin on the Seahawks season. Seahawks they're 2-5, right? The Jaguars win, they're going to have the same record. So everybody talks about, oh, the Jaguars are terrible, this, that, and the other. I've seen them be much more competitive this year in the AFC South than the NFC West with the Seattle Seahawks. So to me, I think this is the week where they might consider pivoting off of Geno Smith, how poorly he plays. If I get the better quarterback at the end of the day, I like that matchup as a road underdog, and that's what Trevor Lawrence is. He's far superior than Geno Smith. Urban Meyer is going to outcoach Pete Carroll just like he did at the college level. He forced him out. So I'm going to go with the Jaguars +4. And I again, if you're feeling advantageous, the money line is something that you might be able to hit on more times than not this weekend.
Yeah, the money line on DraftKings Sportsbook is +165 right now. The over/under is also 44.5. I like the under in this.
Really?
Yeah, I like the under
with these two defenses. Okay.
Yeah, because the two offenses are almost as bad. I mean, the New Orleans game was an absolute dirt fest, as you would say. It was garbage. I might like the under in this game. I'm not confident enough to say it's one of my picks, but I might be dabbling a little bit. I might dabble in that Jacksonville money line as well at +165 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Throw up Mr. Moneybags, the Dieffenbach. What do we have this week for our DraftKings pick of the week? This is my DraftKings pick of the week. That was Johnny's DraftKings pick of the week. This week, I'm riding Tom Brady and the BUCS hard at -4.5 in New Orleans. I think this New Orleans team is going to start giving up on Jameis, and it hurts me to say it because, man, I love some Jameis Winston. There was some yelling on the sidelines recently. The defense is okay. Marshawn Lattimore seems like the only guy that plays with passion, and Cam Jordan, obviously. But I just think this Tampa Bay team has taken that next step, and they're becoming the team that everybody thought they would be after the Super Bowl victory. They've kind of woken up a little bit. Tom Brady is still incredible, and he's throwing the ball deep more than he has in the past, which is a little worrisome for the rest of the NFL. So I think at 4.5 points is pretty easy to cover. That is our DraftKings pick of the week. If you want to bet on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, just use that promo code PHNX when you sign up, and you can bet $5 on any NFL team to win their game. You get $200 in free bets if they do. Johnny, any pumpkin patch plans this weekend?
Yeah, I've got some things on the docket, a couple festivals on Saturday. For some context, when the JJ Watt news broke, I was trick-or-treating with local businesses with my kids on Wednesday night. My daughter had stolen my phone for upwards of an hour. I had multiple members of the PHNX family trying to contact me for a rapid reaction on the Watt news. That was unfortunate. So my phone will be glued to my face this weekend, even while I'm participating in all the fantastic festivities that the state of Arizona has to offer. And you can also catch Shano and I, as well as the GM Saul Bookman, the PHNX tailgate show this Sunday. Even though there's no Cardinal game, thank God for that after last night, we're still going to preview our favorite slate of games. We're going to be pitching the tent, recapping Saturday's slate.
I'm going to be dressing up.
I'm
going to be dressing up for sure.
A different costume, perhaps?
Oh, yeah. 100%. You wouldn't see me dead in the same costume.
That's interesting. So, okay. So I'll have to change my game, as will I have to tonight for PHNX Cardinals podcast live in studio with the great Frank Sanders, talented Cheers.
Johnny, you want to answer that question?
I want to trick or treat at Johnny's. What's your address? You'll never know my address. Never come near my home. Ransom Klinger. We're gonna real talk though. We'll be that family that puts out the ball because we're gonna be out dabbling. So I'd be afraid that Ransom is gonna try to break into my home. So.
Do you ever if your daughter has your phone for too long, do you ever call her a fraud or a dirt?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to rip on my own kids. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, it's
hang on. Let me get my plug in for my show. Jeez. PHNX Cardinals live tonight. Halloween special. Cheerson already said she's dressing up. You better not be there, Shane, or I'm going to give you one of these.
What the hell?
Stay away.
There was no reason to say that. Today's my day off.
You know whose helmet this is?
No. You just want everybody to see your side profile. That's the only reason why you did that. All right. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. You can watch that pumpkin patch video, which is hilarious because he's talking very seriously and you hear his kids laughing in the background. It's amazing.
Like,
And
Dad, this is dumb.
he gives one of the all-time best shrugs I've ever seen in a Twitter video of all time at the end of the video. So go ahead and check that out. Follow Johnny at Johnny Venerable. You can follow our PHNX bets page at PHNX_bets. You can follow PHNX Sports all across socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at PHNX_sports. And become a member at gophnx.com. 50 cents for your first month, $60 for an annual membership and a free t-shirt. We'll see you back here on Monday at noon, as always, Monday through Friday. Catch us, me and Johnny, on Sunday at 9 a.m. for the Tailgate Show. And thanks again for joining us. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.